Two stars made their Nets return Sunday night in Brooklyn, although one was playing for the team and the other would be playing against them for the final time. Current Nets star Kyrie Irving hadn't played in 2 months. All he did in his return was make 10 of 11 shots in the best shooting night of his career. It came on a night when 42-year-old Vince Carter, a former All-Star for the New Jersey Nets, was making the final road appearance of his career against the franchise. Carter this season became the first NBA player to play in 4 decades. We go inside the locker room for more.
He's probably there before us more than half the time, so that just shows you the preparation he puts in for himself, and it also shows that he cares about the organization and the team to be ready and able to put on a performance like this on his game back.
I'll be petty here, but it's been a lot of things said about what I bring to a locker room and the negative side of it, but I'm just going to continue to be me, and that's what I've made my mark on, is just, teaching guys, but as well as giving them positive encouragement when needed, pulling guys to the side, making sure that we have some team outings, making sure that we're just collectively on the same page.
I'm very thankful. Yeah, it's just as special. Like Indiana and Chicago, to name a few, just people just showing love. It's just great, for all these years you go there and you're their opponent, and they're booing you. So, it's just pretty cool. And obviously to come back here, and in some of my other stops that I've played for, and just kind of receive a standing O for one last time it's just great.
To commit yourself to a craft like that is nothing short of amazing. So, that's probably what his name comes from, half man, half amazing. That's big fan, always will be. Got his jersey in my book bag. Yeah, I'm a happy New Jersey Nets kid.
Kyrie scored 21 points in 20 minutes in his return from an injured right shoulder, leading the Nets to a 108-86 victory over the Atlanta Hawks. Irving made a career-best 90.9% of his shots after missing 26 games with that impingement. The shoulder looked fine, and his handle looked as good as ever while he dribbled his way around a hopeless Atlanta defense. The Nets made it so easy on this night that it was easy to root for Carter down the stretch. Half man, half amazing, finished with 8 points, including a pair of fourth-quarter threes. A feel-good night in Brooklyn, a feel-good afternoon at the Garden. Earlier in the day Sunday, Julius Randle paid tribute to his grandmother. Randle was not ready to play in a basketball game following the death of his grandma earlier this week. But on Sunday, he was feeling her presence on the Madison Square Garden floor. He said afterward, Randle scored 11 of his 26 points in the fourth quarter. R.J. Barrett chipped in 23, and the Knicks rallied to beat the Miami Heat 124-121. Open quote, "My grandmother left an incredible legacy and mark on my life and my family, so it has been tough. It will still be tough, but tonight was such a special night, and I really felt her out there the whole time," close quote, Randle said. The star forward had missed the previous 2 games. The Knicks are in Milwaukee Tuesday. The Nets will host Utah Tuesday. On the ice, the New Jersey Devils beat Tampa Bay 3-1 Sunday night, ending the Lightning's franchise record-tying 10-game winning streak. The victory comes the same day as the Devils decide to part ways with their general manager. New Jersey will skate in Toronto tomorrow, while the Islanders and Rangers square off tonight at MSG. Puck drop is 7 p.m. This past weekend's NFL playoff games were absolutely crazy. There have been no shortage of highlights in Patrick Mahomes' short NFL career, but none were more impressive than his performance on Sunday as he brought back Kansas City from a 24-0 deficit to beat Houston 51-31 in the playoffs. The Chiefs quarterback had 5 touchdowns, threw for 321 yards, and ran for 53 more, and showed the kind of leadership that could carry them to their first Super Bowl in 50 years if they can get past Tennessee in the AFC Championship game. Speaking of the Titans, I'm about to hop on this bandwagon, folks. They remind me of the 2007 New York Football Giants getting hot at the right time. MVP frontrunner Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, no problem. Tennessee has emerged as the surprise team of the postseason, running over opponents and surpassing expectations. The upstart Titans have posted victories over Super Bowl champion New England and, of course, top seed Baltimore to qualify for the AFC title game. Final score Saturday in Baltimore, 28-12. Running back Derrick Henry broke the Ravens' backs with a jump pass touchdown in the third quarter while dominating on the ground with 195 rushing yards. Unreal. The San Francisco 49ers were also winners, advancing to the NFC Championship with a 27-10 win over Minnesota. Green Bay topped Seattle in the other NFC matchup 28-23. But the stunner was the Titans' win over the Ravens and the way that they did it. So KC and Tennessee in the AFC title game, Green Bay and Seattle in the NFC Championship. The Super Bowl will follow on February 2nd in Miami. In college football, it's finally here. The national championship game day has arrived. LSU looks to capture its fourth national championship and the third in the Superdome. The nerves have reached a boiling point, Bob. 8 p.m. kickoff tonight between LSU and Clemson. I'll give you my pick in the C list. Time for some quick hitters. James Harden became the 45th player in the NBA, in the history of the NBA, to score 20,000 career points as the Rockets rolled to a 139-109 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves on Saturday. Fear the beard. Looks like Patriots wide receiver Julian Edelman has way too much time on his hands, folks. Those New England guys are not used to, being eliminated this early in January. Julian reportedly has been arrested for vandalism after jumping on the hood of someone's car. Edelman was in Beverly Hills at around 9 p.m. on Saturday when he jumped onto a Mercedes and damaged it, according to TMZ.com. Someone in the area flagged down police officers who arrested Edelman. According to the report, Edelman, who had been drinking, of course he was given a citation for misdemeanor vandalism and released. In other NFL news, this is some good stuff. The Giants have reportedly found their new defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham, a 40-year-old Yale-educated football coach who just completed his 11th season in the NFL, is set to be named the team's new defensive coordinator under new head coach Joe Judge, according to an NFL Network report. Judge and Graham were colleagues on Bill Belichick's Patriots staff from 2012 through 16. Graham also had previous coaching experience with the Giants. Former Dallas Cowboys coach Jimmy Johnson was officially named as the second member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame's Centennial class Sunday. Hall of Fame President David Baker made the announcement to Johnson during Fox Sports' halftime show of the NFC divisional round game between Green Bay and Seattle. Johnson, a Fox analyst now, won 2 Super Bowls with the Cowboys and built the bulk of a roster that won a third title for the team after his departure. The Hall's Centennial class was selected by a blue ribbon panel this past week, and the remainder of the 15-member class will be revealed Wednesday. Baker announced Saturday that former Pittsburgh Steelers coach Bill Cowher also would be enshrined as part of the class. Those are the headlines. Here's my pick for tonight's game in the C list. Can LSU cap off the greatest season in the program's history and solidify itself as one of the greatest teams in college football history? Yes, it can. The ingredients are there, and in a few hours we will see, folks. My main key tonight will be turnover battle. LSU and Clemson have both valued the ball in 2019 as the purple and gold enter Monday with a +8 turnover margin. Clemson +16. If LSU can create 1 or 2 extra possessions with a Clemson mistake, it gives Heisman winner Joe Burrow and that offense much more time and opportunity. Odds makers have this one a high-scoring affair. That's what Vegas says with the line. There's a strong possibility both teams can get into the 30s. The Burrow-Trevor Lawrence battle is one that's been hyped for the last 2 weeks as Lawrence enters with a perfect 25-0 record as a starter, while Burrow has one of the most prolific passing seasons in college football history to fall back on. Both teams are 14-0. LSU is hoping to win its first CFP title and first national title since the 2007 season in the BCS era. Clemson is trying to win its second consecutive championship and the third in the CFP era. I'll take LSU 31, Clemson 28. That's your look at sports. I'm Bobby C. Enjoy the game. Stay tuned for more.